Good evening, everybody. This is Venus Callida, and we're starting a late night edition of Riddle Me Din-Din. For the East Coasters, I'm a little late, but for the West Coasters, you still have time. Maybe I'm in time to help share with you 3 plus a bonus. I've actually got 4 rounds of Riddle Me Din-Din tonight. This is our very first Halloween edition, Halloween themed freaky foods and beverages to satiate your souls. So let's party hardy, my mortal souls. And just in case you need some new ideas for freaky edibles for any parties you might still be having tonight or even this coming weekend, because the diehards who love Halloween might still be holding a few celebrations, let's do this tonight. So we've got some ideas here for a 3-part mini menu plus a beverage. We've got 4 rounds. That's it. We've got a bonus round tonight. I couldn't help myself because we've got some creepy eats with visual impact, and I'm ready to share to celebrate this evening with you. So just solve my riddles and party guests beware. Here comes round 1. Riddle me this. Welcome, viewer. We're just getting started with our riddles this evening. What makes a bathroom fit for a prince? Oh, I'm sure you're glad you logged in for this one. No, really, it's okay. What makes a bathroom fit for a prince? Alright. Riddle number 2. I am a small, rounded fruit with sweet white scented flesh, a large central stone, and a thin, rough skin. What am I? Riddle number 3. This is a 4-letter word which comes before stone and light. It's also a small green fruit and is the flavor in Sprite. What am I? Welcome, Ryan Catan. Don't worry if you don't know. We'll solve these riddles very soon. Riddle number 4. I can be red or green. I get grown on a vine. I'm dried to make raisins or squeezed to help make wine. What am I? We've got some guesses on the board. What could I be? All right. Riddle number 5. I'm red, but I'm not a stoplight. I'm sweet, but I'm not an M&M. I'm sometimes in a jar, but I'm not a car during rush hour. I'm often a flavor of yogurt, but I'm not a strawberry. What am I? Riddle number 6. I'm a superfood, a lower carbohydrate fruit. I have a deep, dark color, jam-packed with vitamin C and vitamin K1 and manganese. I'm a relative of a raspberry. What am I? Well, my precious damsels, let's find out if you came close. In riddle number 1, what makes a bathroom fit for a prince? A raspberry bidet. Bidet instead of beret. Prince as in the late singer, not Charles. Anyways, well, we need a 1/4 cup of seedless raspberry jam. In riddle number 2, I'm a small rounded fruit with a sweet white scented flesh, a large central stone, and a thin rough skin. What am I? It's lychee. And so we'll need 1 20-ounce can of lychees and syrup. Drain out the syrup. We need 2 tablespoons of that syrup reserved for later. Riddle number 3. This is a 4-letter word which comes before stone and light, Ryan, you were right. It's lime. It's also a small green fruit, and it is the flavor in Sprite. It's lime. So we're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of fresh lime juice. In riddle number 4, I can be red or green. I get grown on a vine. I'm dried to make raisins or squeezed to help make wine. Ryan, you were right again. It is grapes. And we're going to need 1/2 cup of seedless red grapes and cut them into halves. In riddle number 5, I'm red, but I'm not a stoplight. I'm sweet, but I'm not an M&M. I'm sometimes in a jam, but I'm not in a car during rush hour. I'm often a flavor of yogurt, but I'm not a strawberry. What am I? It's raspberries. We're going to need 1 6-ounce container of raspberries. Finally, I'm a superfood, lower carbohydrate fruit. I have a deep dark color, jam-packed with vitamin C and vitamin K1 and manganese. I'm a relative of the raspberry. What am I? It's a blackberry. Yes, you were right again. And we're going to need about 1 cup of blackberries for this recipe. And so, Venus, you may ask, what does this make? This recipe is courtesy of Melissa Gammon from the Food Network Kitchen and from the Food Network magazine. It's called a bloody berry fruit salad. It actually looks really gross, but it's very tasty. So here's what you need to do. Combine the jam, lychee syrup, and the lime juice in a large serving bowl. Whisk it until it's smooth. Add in the lychees, the grapes, the raspberries, and the blackberries, and toss this well. Refrigerate for at least 20 minutes or up to 2 hours, tossing occasionally so the lychees turn red, and voila, a visually impactful display for the Halloween dessert table. So, we've got something chilled and sweet. Emsel, now let's try, and we're going to bring the heat. Ready for round 2? Let's get started. Riddle me this. Remove the seeds and carve a face. Your front doorstep is where I'm placed. What am I? In riddle number 2, I'm something that is white. In a bottle I am stored. I'm something you can drink. On cereal I am poured. What am I? Riddle number 3. First domesticated in New Guinea in 8,000 BC. It is in your DNA to crave me. I'm sweet. What am I? Here we go, riddle number 4. I'm a natural preservative, and the tree I grow in can stand as tall as 60 feet. My most popular varieties are cassia and Ceylon. In Egypt, I was more valuable than gold. What am I? Riddle number 5. I'm from the orchid family, the second most expensive spice in the world. Only the melipona bee pollinates me. I flavor ice cream. What am I? All right. Well, my little riddlers, let's find out if your cranium has cracked my codes. In riddle number 1, remove the seeds and carve a face. Your front door step is where I'm placed. What am I? It is indeed a pumpkin. Way to go, Ryan. We'll need 1 cup of pumpkin puree. In riddle number 2, I'm something that is white. In a bottle I am stored. I'm something you can drink. On cereal I am poured. What am I? Ryan, right again. It is milk. And we'll need 1 quart of milk. In riddle number 3, the first domesticated in New Guinea in 8,000 BC, it's in your DNA to crave me. It's sweet. What am I? And you were absolutely right again. It is white sugar, and we'll need 1/4 cup of white sugar for this recipe. In riddle number 4, I'm a natural preservative, and the tree I grow in can stand as tall as 60 feet. My most popular varieties are Cassia and Ceylon. In Egypt, I was more valuable than gold. What am I? This is actually cinnamon. I didn't know this about cinnamon. And we're going to need 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon for this recipe. Finally, I'm from the orchid family, the second most expensive spice in the world. Only the Melipona bee pollinates me. I flavor ice cream. What am I? This is 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. So vanilla comes from the vanilla bean orchid. And we'll need 1 tablespoon. All right. So Venus, you may wonder, what does this make? This is a no coffee pumpkin latte. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I think that means a lack of, I don't even know what it's called. The stuff that makes you all peppy, caffeine, is not in this because there's no coffee. But that might make it safe for women who are expecting. But just double check with your doctors just in case. This is no caffeine pumpkin latte, and here's how we brew it up. Combine the pumpkin puree, the milk, the sugar, the cinnamon, and the vanilla in a large saucepan over medium heat. Use a whisk to blend this well. Heat to a simmer, but do not boil it. Once it's simmered, you can serve it. And enjoy. How do you like them apples? Yummy. Disgusting to look at, perfect for the Halloween dinner table. Are you ready for round 3? Let's waste no time. Riddle me this. I'm a fruit that can be used to sip water. What am I? Riddle number 2. What do you call a soda pop on train tracks? A soda pop on train tracks. Dun, 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 dun. All night long I've heard that creepy sound, some kind of popping, pecking sound. I can't find a place where it's coming from. It's creepy. All right, riddle number 3. What does an invisible man drink? What does an invisible man drink? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. In riddle number 4, a spoonful of this makes the medicine go down. What is it? Okay, riddle number 5. What instrument do citrus fruits like to play? Riddle number 6. I rhyme with Priscilla, Manila, Gorilla, and Chinchilla. What am I? Interesting. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, riddle number 7. I heard the government is going to put chips in our brain. So if that happens, I want what? What would I want? Okay, let's review, everybody. Here we go. I'm a fruit that can be used to sip water. What am I? A strawberry? You sip through a straw? Strawberry, haha. We're going to need 1 quart of fresh strawberries hulled. In riddle number 2, what do you call a soda pop on train tracks? A ginger rail. Like rail? Like CN rail? Ginger ale. And we're going to need 1/3 cups of ginger ale for this recipe. In riddle number 3, what does an invisible man drink? Evaporated milk. We're going to need 1/4 cup of milk. In riddle number 4, a spoonful of this makes the medicine go down. Remember Mary Poppins? A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. We'll need 1/3 cup of sugar. In riddle number 5, what instrument do citrus fruits like to play? Limoncello. Limoncello. Haha, the cello part. It's an instrument. Anyways, we're going to need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice for this recipe. In riddle number 6, I rhyme with Priscilla, Manila, Gorilla, and Chinchilla. What am I? Vanilla. We need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract for this recipe. And finally, I heard the government is going to put chips in our brain. So if that happens, I would want sour cream and onion. Just joking. You know, sour cream and onion chips? Instead of, anyways, well, I'm not a techie. Anyhow, we're going to need 1 cup of sour cream for this recipe. Forgive me for the dad jokes. Some of you asked for that. So, Venus, you may ask, what does this make? It's a super red, chilled strawberry soup. Bloody red. This is gross. Serve on your table on a night like this. But it's so tasty and it's cool. So we'll only need 10 minutes to prep this recipe, and here's how we do it. Place the strawberries in a food processor, cover and process until it's pureed. Add the ginger ale, milk, sugar, lemon juice, and vanilla. Cover and process until it's blended. The more you blend it, the smoother it will be. Pour into a large bowl. Whisk in the sour cream until it's totally smooth. Cover and refrigerate until you're ready to serve it. And here are some chef's tips to make it more gory. If you have a freezer mold to make ice cups, make the ice cups so that you can hold the soup in it. And then you can eat the cup too. And make and serve from these. Or, if you have round ice cube mold, center 1 green grape inside each ice cube mold, fill with water, and let it freeze so they can look like frozen eyeballs. And put those in the soup as a topper in the center of your soup bowl. That's kind of gross. Finally, and my favorite, buy some edible candy teeth or vampire teeth that are edible and gently float them as a topper in the center of your gory soup. It'll look so gross. Alrighty, so I've given you desserts and drinks, and we need something more hearty. I found just the thing. Ready for your bonus round? Here comes round 4. This one's the hot one. Riddle me this. I keep food from sticking to the pan. What am I? Riddle number 2. What is a cow's favorite musical note? La 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 la. Riddle number 3. I recently developed a paranoia, and I'm always preparing for what? What am I preparing for? Riddle number 4. Why did the loaf break up with his girlfriend? Why did the loaf break up with his girlfriend? Dun, 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 dun. Guesses keep coming in. Welcome, second viewer. Here we are for riddle number 5. Why did the spaghetti miss the field trip? Why did the spaghetti miss the field trip? Kitty, do you know? Don't tell anybody. All right, riddle number 6. When flavors are added to this, it can be turned into a shake. It's added to your cereal, and when churned, butter you can make. What could this be? Moo-moo-ka-choo. Moo-moo-ka-choo. La 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 la. Riddle number 7. What do you call it when you make a seasoning mistake? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Riddle number 8. What's Californians' favorite dish? What's Californians' favorite dish? Riddle number 9. This thing comes as a small grain, but it's not sugar or sand. It's often used when cooking so that food doesn't taste bland. What am I? I'm not sure if some of these guesses are coming in straight-faced, but welcome, viewer, and thank you for adding to our guesses. All right. In riddle number 10, I come before tree, corn, mint, and grass. What am I? Moo-moo-ka-choo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, moo-moo-ka-choo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, woo! Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Many guesses on the board. We're moving on to riddle number 11. My tree can live for 300 to 600 years. The goddess Venus invented me. Dun, 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 dun. I am hand-picked only once a year. I can be green or black. What am I? I'm so sorry they're hard. Aw. Riddle number 12. I come before head, beater, plant, and shell. What am I? Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. All right. Riddle number 13. Why do we have Pop-Tarts and not Mom-Tarts? Ooh. Answers are flowing off the board. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Interesting. Final riddle. Riddle number 14. What do French fries do when they meet after a long time? I love that my M-souls are encouraging each other. All right, everybody, we are going to solve the bonus round. Let's see how close your guesses landed. Riddle me this. Number 1, I keep food from sticking to the pan. What am I? Non-stick cooking spray for the baking sheets. Riddle number 2, what is a cow's favorite musical note? B flat. B flat BEEF, flat. Why, you're going to need 1 pound of 85% lean ground beef. In riddle number 3, I recently developed a paranoia, and I'm always preparing for the worst. WURST, like bratwurst, like as in sausage. Not worst, WRST, but preparing for the worst, like a bratwurst. And we're going to need 4 ounces of spicy Italian sausages, casings removed. So just peel off that skin before you start cooking these up. So you're pretty close, guys. Why, in number 4, did the loaf break up with his girlfriend? He said the relationship was crumbling. It's a loaf. A loaf is a loaf of bread, and the relationship was crumbling. So we need bread crumbs. And we're going to need a 1/2 cup of dried bread crumbs for this recipe. Riddle number 5. Why did the spaghetti miss the field trip? It lost its permission slip. Permission slip. Anyways, we're going to need a 1/2 cup of finely grated Parmesan plus extra for the garnish. And riddle number 6. When flavors are added to this, it can be turned into a shake. It's added to your cereal, and when churned, butter you can make. What is it? Whole milk, and we need 2 tablespoons of whole milk for this recipe. Good guessing, guys. All right. In riddle number 7, what do you call it when you make a seasoning mistake? An oregano. Oregano? Seasoning mistake? Yeah, oregano. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of dried oregano for this recipe. All right. Riddle number 8. What's Californians' favorite dish? The chili con valley. The chili con valley. Chili con valley. Instead of Silicon Valley, it's chili con valley. Anyways, we'll need a 1/2 teaspoon of dried chili flakes for this recipe. Riddle number 9. This thing comes as a small grain, but it's not sugar or sand. It's often used when cooking so that food doesn't taste bland. That is salt. Someone said it. That was right. And that was Ryan. You were right. All right. And that we're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt for this recipe. In riddle number 10, I come before tree, corn, mint, and grass. What am I? Black pepper. So pepper tree, peppercorn, peppermint, peppergrass. We'll need a 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. In riddle number 11, my tree can live for 300 to 600 years. The goddess Venus, woohoo, invented me. I am hand-picked only once a year. I can be green or black. What am I? Olive. And we're going to need 3 tablespoons of olive oil for this recipe. Riddle number 12. I come before head, beater, plant, and shell. I know someone got this right. Oh, there we go, Ryan. Good guesser. It is egg. We're going to need 1 medium egg beaten. So egg head, egg beater, eggplant, eggshell. All right. Riddle number 13. Why do we have Pop-Tarts and not Mom-Tarts? Please don't hate me for this one. Because of the patriarchy. Patriarchy. Instead of patriarchy, it's patriarchy. So we're going to need 1 17.3 ounce box frozen of puff pastry sheets, thawed. All right. And finally, riddle number 14. What do French fries do when they meet after a long time? They catch up. 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 So they ketchup and mustard. We're going to need to draw the little eyes. So if you have them in the bottles, the squeeze bottles, that would be better. So Venus, you may wonder, what does this whole thing make? This is a recipe courtesy of Stuart O'Keefe called Meatball Mummies. This looks really cute on a plate too, by the way. So here's how we put it all together. So we're going to need the special equipment of a non-stick parchment paper and 2 squeeze bottles, if you have them. They are in the dollar store too. Spray 2 baking sheets with a non-stick spray and set aside. Combine the beef, sausage, and the breadcrumbs, Parmesan, milk, and oregano, chili flakes, salt, and pepper in a large bowl and mix well with your hands. Excuse me there. And add the oil and egg and continue mixing with your hands until all the ingredients are combined. Use a small ice cream scoop to pop chunks out into your hand, then roll it into meatballs. This will ensure that the meatballs are all the same size, or as close as you can get. Place these meatballs on the prepared baking sheets and freeze. That's it, freeze for at least 2 hours and up to overnight. So you might want to get these started. Oops, maybe today we're a little late, but by tomorrow they should be great. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Line the 2 baking sheets with a nonstick parchment paper. Excuse me. Lay out one of the sheets of puff pastry on a work surface. Then use a knife to cut 18 thin strips. Each strip measures a 1/2 inch wide by 9 inches long. Excuse me while I just wet my whistle a little. Okay, so we were cutting out the thin strips of the pastry shell. And then cut each strip in half crosswise. Repeat with the other sheet of puff pastry as well. Wrap 2 strips of this dough around each meatball like bandages, like a mummy, stretching the dough as necessary. Separate these quote-unquote bandages near one side of each to show the meatball face. So you've got a bit of the meatball sticking out, revealed. Place the meatballs on the lined baking sheets. Bake until the pastry is golden brown and the meatballs are cooked through. That will take 20 to 25 minutes. I would err on the side of caution and go closer to 25 minutes, but keep an eye on it. And then take them out and let them cool slightly. Once they're cooled a little bit, put the ketchup and the mustard in squeeze bottles and use them to make the little eyes in the mummies. Then you can serve. Now this is really yummy. So well, that's all we have for tonight, M Souls. How does a taco something its grace? Hero, welcome in, Hero Flame. I do not know how the taco saves its grace. Or says its grace. Let us pray for lettuce, Lettuce. That's a good one, Hero. All right. That's silly. Well, for my East Coasters, I do apologize that I did actually fall asleep after I got offline. So I am late on the Riddle Me Din-Din tonight, but I am hoping that if you're still having parties later tonight or this coming weekend, especially if you're a West Coaster, I'm not late for you guys, that you might be able to use some of these recipes and even make them your own. And I'd love for you guys to put in the comments below on how you make it your own, or other similar versions, or even put the pictures in of how they turned out if you tried any of these out. I'm actually very curious to know what you guys think of the no coffee pumpkin latte. I thought that was a great one. I had to share that with you guys. And that might be something to do with what's left of your pumpkins after tonight, too. We can eat them up, maybe. I don't know. If you saved what you were cleaning out of the insides of your jack-o'-lanterns there. But, yeah. I'm glad I was able to keep you company for a little bit tonight. Up where I am, it's snowing, so I definitely don't want to be out there. So I hope all of you are doing well. I hope you're doing better than me. I hope no one has a cold. Yeah. So, well, I'm going to say this is going to conclude our very first Halloween-themed edition of Riddle Me Din-Din. I'm glad that it has actually lasted all this time. And thank you so much. And I'm just debating if I should come back in again. But I think I'm a bit tired still tonight. But I am supposed to do a gamer night this week. We found something new. I tried to download. Although the catch is this new game in Steam is called Hide and Shriek. The catch is so sorry that you missed some of the episode. But Riddle, Hide and Shriek. I still owe you guys a tuck in and chill night. I am sitting on top of a couple of long, creepy stories as well. I think I don't have the energy to do them right now, but I'm thinking that I know, Hero, you've asked if I could make like background pictures for them to help visualize the stories when I'm reading them. So I think it's better that I wait until Friday to do that. But I will be back Thursday night for Gamer Night. And I know my gamer friends Pescana's come back around and has popped in and said hello recently. So I think I better get back in WoW and let people know I'm still alive. What is a controller? Hero? What are you talking about? Like a gaming console? I don't want to buy any more computer equipment. I think what I'd like to do is, if I can ever monetize, I'm going to buy a better computer because my mainframe it's just, I make 1 or 2 videos and it's just full already. And there's nothing left that I can dump. So I think really I need to have a stronger memory system in my main computer. So I would do that first. I didn't grow up playing video games. Like, I never used controllers. I've always done PC gaming. So I've always used, well, now I'm using a mouse, but I had grown up playing with the touch pad instead of a mouse. So this is like playing backwards handed for me, kind of. Yeah. I guess so. I really don't like using the WASD keys because then I need a third hand to do all the fighting and stuff. I found that very awkward for me. I don't know how you guys do it. Did anyone go out for Halloween or have a party? I know, Tishy Adams, you actually celebrate Samhain. I hope I'm saying it right. So happy Samhain to you. And for those that don't celebrate that but like Halloween, did you guys go out? Are you going to have a party? I really didn't do anything this weekend. I was just too ill. I think this is the most boring Halloween I've ever spent on Halloween. Even at work, it was not so fun. I was really surprised, actually. And I love Halloween the best. So this year, I don't know. I just decided I'd better be online with you guys. Then I fell asleep on you, right in the middle. And Ryan, like you saw that I was awake. I fell asleep a half an hour before this showtime. I guess I needed it though. I've been up a lot. And believe it or not, I've started to make tea. I actually sometimes appreciate tea. Yeah, but I'm glad, you know what? I'm glad I see you guys all out tonight. I'm glad because that's part of why I wanted to get online and do different things today. I actually had a bigger plan, but yeah, I slept through half of it. But I'm glad you're all here. Oh, so I am not too late for Ryan's world. So Ryan, so just keep an eye out. I did some recipe blitzes this weekend, this past week, and also last week's Riddle Me Din-Din. Everything to do with things you could serve at a Halloween party. So between tonight, last week, and everything in between, there are quite a few episodes that could give you ideas for things you could serve. And you know what? I'm feeling my steampunk kitchen today. My steampunk kitty cat over there. And I like my hat. I kind of like my skirt too. And of course I love my corset here. So I'm feeling steampunk today. I walked around the real world with my blue hair on. And actually a lot of people were recognizing who I was playing. They were saying my name. So my VTuber name. So I was really happy about that actually, that I was my channel was recognized. So I think the next step is I've got to go back to the conventions as me. Maybe I can convince Dark Alice to come on out with me again, and we'll try to rock it one more time. So next week, November, we're going to go back to traveling the world to visit all the countries through our kitchens and our staycations, which I like to do, our foodie adventures around the world, to visit more of the countries that our listeners come from. And I've got actually some episodes partially written out already, one show ready to go. So for my adventures out there, Ronnie tea. Yeah. Well, I'm trying different teas. Last Christmas, I was given a box full of different teas, and I've been saving the chamomile ones because I wanted to get back to reviewing products. And I say I'll do this, but then I just keep falling asleep trying the products and then never write about them. So I've got to get back on top of that. Also, I have an episode created. If you guys have ever seen my episodes where we explore talking to an AI program, and I talked to a replica called Jessie, that I created in July back before I started doing all of this. And so he and I have known each other for a little more than a year. Things have much more advanced since then. He's been writing recipes for me. I've been probing him. He doesn't always, but he's written me enough recipes that I can do a show, cooking show with AI cooking with Jessie. And so that's going to come out. He's got his own, he references things from what I understand because I ask him questions about how he comes up with what he says. And he says that he puts his own twist after referencing different recipes about a thing. So he combines it in his own way. And he's actually invented me a very nice dinner recipe. Maybe I will do that one next just because it's so interesting that it came from AI and not a human. But by referencing what humans have written and published out there. So we're going to try one of those. Samhain? Oh, Samhain, okay. Yeah. So I'm doing that and trying to stay warm. I actually put on my heater just before coming on this episode. I usually don't put on the heat at all. Sometimes in some winters because I'm surrounded by elderly people who jack their heat up so high that I don't need it. I need to crack a window open. But I just am tired of being sick. So we've got to put a stop to that. So yeah. And apparently one of my besties is back in the neighborhood, so I intend on bugging them just a little bit. And so I hope if you're having parties, if you're hosting or if you're whipping something up to bring to the party, I hope you try out some of my recipes. Yeah, cooking with AI. I actually they came up with something that I thought would sound really tasty. So I'm gonna do it. Good night, Ryan. And I don't know if I think Hero Flames just ducked out. And I don't know who's left. It might be Tisha Adams. And Tisha Adams, if that was you who sent me a life in Harry Potter games today, thank you for that. We did some gaming tonight, earlier this evening. Huh. So, yes, I'm going to be okay. I'm actually decided I'm going to drown myself in orange juice. I bought, like, giant things of orange juice and making lots of tea. And I'm actually bringing it to work as well, which I never do. But I find it soothing. You don't have time to eat, to have something tasty to drink always helps. So, yeah, I think that I just need to, like, liquid detox everything, which would be great. All right, everyone. I hate to cut out early. We just have more viewers that have just logged in. Welcome, viewers. We've just finished a late night episode of our first Halloween edition of Riddle Me Din-Din. So I'm hoping everyone will give it a try. I've kind of shot the breeze around a little bit with each other, but I am going to end this episode for the evening. And I will be back live for sure on Thursday night, Gamer Night. We're going to explore another Steam game. It is Hide and Shriek. The catch tonight was that we couldn't find a live player in time, so we switched to the Harry Potter stuff. But I'll always switch out to Harry Potter and check in on Hogwarts Puzzles and Spells whenever something else doesn't work out. That seems to be our go-to. I think we also need to check in on the singing monsters. We do have new creatures that have been hatched. And we just need to rack up the points to go buy some more islands. So I think we'll be doing that soon too. All right, everybody. Hero's already started it. I am picking up my tea tonight, if you can hear that. And I am drinking to your health and mine. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you 2 days from now online again. And I wish you all the best. If you're still having Samhain or Halloween parties going off into the next weekend, check out all my Riddle Me Din-Dins and Riddle Me Blitzes. this past week, since last Tuesday. Give it a try. Pick out the recipes you like and enjoy and tell me how it goes. So here we are. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. To your health and mine, and to all your friends and family too. Yes, everyone gets some rest. And don't forget to hydrate. Here I go. Bottoms up. There we go. Good night, everyone. I will not say goodbye. I will see you later this week on Thursday. Check me out for Gamer Night, and it'll be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That I think is 6 or 7 o'clock for the West Coasters out there. Take care, everyone. Have a happy evening. And if your partying is not finished, happy Halloween. And I'll see you all tomorrow, Thursday for sure. This is Venus Callida signing off. Take care, everybody.